12 years of Labour austerity. Let's unpack what's happening in the council. To do that, I've got a very special guest, Marwan. Marwan, you're a council candidate?
Yes, I am for Valentine's Ward. So my name's
Perfect.
Marwan Elfallah, and I will be running for Valentine's Ward in May 2026.
All the
And
best of
looking
luck for
forward to
you.
it. Thank you very much. Bill.
And thanks for coming today and for talking
No
to me.
problem. Enjoying it.
I'm sure you've got a lot to say. I definitely have a lot of things to say. So yeah, what's going on? Tell me.
I just feel Labour are not looking after us. They're not looking after us in many ways. I think we've got a failing council. They have failed us on so many issues, and we need change. And the people want change, Bilal.
Exactly.
I can sense it on the doorstep. When I'm walking around, people just do not trust Labour, and to be honest, I can't blame them.
100%. Not on their attendance is what it's looking like.
Right. If we want to discuss attendance of Labour councillors, if you don't mind, can I just start off by discussing attendance of Redbridge Independent councillors?
By all means, go ahead.
So what we've got Nurjihan Begum, our first elected Redbridge Independent councillor, and you want to guess what her attendance is?
Perfect score?
How did you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So Nurjihan, she's got 100% attendance, 7 meetings, went to every single one of them. And I'll be honest with you, Bilal, they didn't try to make those meetings pleasant for Nurjihan.
Not at all.
I watched some of those meetings. Nurjihan's name was mentioned out. She was insulted. Allegations were made against her. She stood up, as it's her right to respond, and was denied that opportunity a number of times. Other people might have just said, you know what, I'm not going to go. Nurjihan, on the other hand, she felt the responsibility. The people of Mayfield elected her. So she went to every single meeting and she stood up there. And when she was given the chance to speak, she spoke the truth. And you know what? Labour didn't like it. In the last meeting I saw it, where she basically said the truth about West Streeting when they came out with some Mickey Mouse motion, praising him as always the saviour of the NHS. And she gave them the truth about what's going on in the NHS, about the crisis in the corridors. That's who we've elected. That's who the people of Mayfield have elected. And she's done an amazing job in, number one, standing up for the people of Mayfield and attending and getting 100% attendance. So I've got to say, my first thing is, well done to Nurjihan. I always like starting off with a positive.
Exactly.
Yeah, so well done, Nurjihan.
Well done, Nora, yeah.
Inspiration. And also, we've got to learn from Nurjihan's courage, the way that she stood up and she went in, no matter how tough it was. And that's a responsibility that we will all have to undertake if we are elected, and hopefully we are.
Yeah. So you said 100% from independent councillor.
Yeah.
How about the other parties?
Other parties, Labour have got a mixed record, but there are some serious question marks regarding the Labour Party and some of their councillors. We've got a councillor who's just actually been removed, called Hannah Chowdhury. Now, she in the
How have I not heard of this?
Okay, in the last 6 months, she did not attend any meeting.
Wow.
I don't want to go into it because I don't know her reasons. But the question mark is that's 6 months of zero attendance for the meetings. We've had no discussion on it, no mention of it. The only reason I found out is when Rosa Gomez was removed. Okay, and I'll go into Rosa Gomez in a minute. She's an independent councillor who was removed, but I'll go into her for a minute. When she was removed, a number of us started looking up what's the attendance like for Labour, and then it was found out that a number of their attendance was not great, and Hannah Chowdhury hadn't attended a meeting in 6 months. Later on, after Rosa Gomez was removed, Hannah Chowdhury her name was no longer on the Redbridge Council website. It just said vacancy for the ward that she was in. No announcement, no one knew about it. It was just done very silently. Let's go into Rosa Gomez. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Rosa Gomez. She was a member of the Labour Party. She fell out with the Labour Party. And to be honest, who would not fall out with the Labour Party if you've got strong morals and strong values? Okay, she did not like the direction the Labour Party was going. And as soon as she left the Labour Party, they started to bully her. She's disabled, she's blind, but she really, really is passionate about Redbridge and making things better. She's passionate about social justice. So simple things that she was entitled to were denied, such as not being allowed to take her carers in, not being given the appropriate equipment, laptops, etc. They made life so difficult for her that attending a meeting was almost impossible for her. And therefore she didn't. She still did the work that she needed to do as a councillor, but could not attend those meetings because she was denied the opportunity to do so. Labour somehow went and indicated that that was due to her not wanting to represent the people. They did not want her to represent. They did not want her to speak up for justice and stand up. And the way that she's been treated is a disgrace. And Labour and the Redbridge Labour-run council really have got a lot of questions to answer. And I hope Rosa Gomez and her team really sort of push on this, because it's unforgivable the way that she's been treated.
I met her and she was so passionate.
Yeah, she cares.
Yeah, she does. She really does care.
She cares. She's a strong advocate for social justice. And when she saw the Labour Party was not the party of social justice, they did to her like what they've done to many people who have who've been part of the Labour Party but then have left. Bullied, smeared, you name it, they'll do it. But sorry, let's go back.
That's right.
We've got to look at attendance as well. So there's a number of Labour councillors where their attendance simply isn't good enough. Now, I can understand when you have one or two people, they've got issues. We all have issues in our life. Okay, so sometimes your attendance might not reach the level that you want. But when it's quite a few, you start asking questions. Neil Zammit, 6 out of 13, less than 50%. Lutfur Rahman, 9 out of 18, 50%. George Snell Islam, 10 out of 17. John Howard, 16 out of 25. Nikki Shao, 11 out of 17. And Shah Ali, 5 out of 13.
Oof.
Right?
That's terrible.
Yeah, so if that was just one or two of them, you say, okay, maybe they've got personal circumstances, but when it's a large number of them, you start questioning, does Labour actually take attendance seriously of their councillors? Are some people in it for the wrong reasons? And those that have got low attendance should really explain why. They should be honest and they say, I apologise. I could not go because of whatever reasons. And then it's up to the electorate whether or not they've got sympathy for it. But we do need people that show up for the meetings. We do need people to ask, well, I was going to say ask questions, but I've been to a number of full council meetings and I know what questions the Labour Council ask their leaders. They ask, I'll be honest with you, I'm sure you've been to a council meeting.
Maybe.
Yeah, there was a question that I absolutely couldn't stop laughing at. Was someone in the council, a Labour councillor, asks the leader of the council, can you tell me the benefits of volunteering? As though this is a year 7 assembly and you're trying to get people to do a Duke of Edinburgh award.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, this is the scrutiny that they are doing in Redbridge Council. It's just not good enough. So there's a lot of questions that Labour, they like to talk about. They like to say that we don't really care about Redbridge. Our elected councillor, 100%, when it came to meetings, that's the truth.
That's integrity, right?
That is integrity.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not just the meetings, it's the case where she goes around, she cares about Redbridge, she cares about the country, she cares about the people. She is a true social justice advocate and she's an example.
Yeah, I know firsthand that she is.
Yeah.
I'm with her every day.
Yeah.
Canvassing up and down Mayfield.
Yeah, I know. And I know from you, Bilal, you care. You're not in this for fame. We're not in this for some sort of title.
Yeah.
It's because we care.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of question marks in the council, and I think one of them that I'm really concerned by is the failure of local targets.
Yeah.
And like, what's happening there? Do you think?
So we've got the housing targets have not been met for a number of years, and between 20 and 2023. It was 39%. That's what they reached. It's simply not good enough.
Yeah.
Now, they keep on, whenever there's a project, they keep on saying, oh, look at this, we've built this, we've done that. Look at the bigger picture. You don't just look at one small thing and start going on about it. I think you've probably noticed every time Labour do something, they stick a little video of it. Look at us. Okay, we've collected some rubbish. Oh, look at us, we've done that. Okay, look at the bigger picture. We need a council that just doesn't take pictures of small actions. We need a council that is working 24/7 for the residents of Redbridge.
Yeah. I'm really passionate about the Sen sphere.
Yeah.
And the Ofsted report came back and it was a damning report.
It was a disgrace.
Ofsted don't care about Sen families.
It was an
Not Ofsted, sorry. Redbridge Council don't care about Sen families.
it was a disgrace.
Yeah.
It was a disgrace. Now, the director of education at the time, Colin Stewart, he ended up losing his job. They've not really, we really don't know the whole story behind it, but the cabinet member for education, he's still there. I went to one of the meetings and it was heartbreaking. Listening to parents, listening to relatives talk about their experiences. 91% of cases that went to a tribunal were judged in favour of the parents. It seemed to be that the default answer for the council when a parent asked for, or a parent or carer asked for something for the child was no, no. And then parents had the choice to either go through this lengthy appeals process and then admit in most of the cases win, or they just sort of trust the council. You should be able to trust the council.
Of course.
But unfortunately, well, so that was a real eye opener for me. Although I work in education, seeing those parents and listening to some of the stories that they told, and then it was verified by Ofsted. It's a disgrace, frankly. And I've got to say, well done to all the parents that fought for the children and are still fighting, because we still don't have justice when it comes to that.
Exactly. I feel like whenever I talk about the current council, it's always something bad. Look at the scandals that are coming out. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Was certain.
I don't know which one because there's so many.
Exactly. There you go.
Like let's look at the MP for Ilford South, the previous councillor, the previous head of leader of the council, right? So 18 property zones, 15 in Redbridge, didn't license them, didn't register them, even though he made the licensing law, the registering law. Scandal, BBC report saying that there was black mould, etc., everything there in those houses, not fit for people to live in. And there was allegations of threatening the tenants, etc. Allegations, I'm just going to clarify, right? What's happened? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. I personally have written Freedom of Information Act requests asking to see what's happened. There is a Mayor of London website with a list of all the rogue landlords. He's not there. Now, Jas Athwell, okay, Honourable Jas Athwell, okay, has said that it was his property agent. Who's his property agent? Tell us who your property agent is. And after I sent the Freedom of Information Act requests, the council has basically said that they're not willing to provide that information using things such as GDPR. Now, Andy Walker, I think a lot of people know, he's a local activist. He's gone, and it's now the Information Commissioner has ordered the council to release the information. Guess what the council are going to do?
I don't know, hide it, bury it?
Appeal.
Oh, appeal it.
Appeal.
Yeah.
Appeal. Seriously?
Yeah.
Why are they going through all these lengths to hide what everyone should know? Yes. And the question is, and it's not just the question to the council. My question is also to Jas Athwell, MP for Ilford South, who's going out canvassing. Like, seriously? Why don't you just say what's happened? We know what's happened with Rachel Reeves. We know what's happened with Angela Rayner. Why don't we know what's happening in Redbridge Council? We are entitled to know. And I want to know. We want to know. 100%. Now, one of my colleagues, someone I know actually inquired and asked the council, and he's like, well, that's not my remit. Seriously? It's not your remit. You should care about what's happening in Redbridge Council. I'm honestly, I don't know where to stop when it comes to issues in Redbridge Council. Could talk about the Lido if you want to talk about that.
Oh, yes. Don't get me started on that.
Well, they didn't get it started on the Lido. Well, they started, but they didn't start.
£4 million.
4 million. To be honest,
Such a waste.
Well, they didn't have the money to start it. They were advised not to go ahead with it, yet they chose, we'll start it. And what I'd like to know is how much money's already been spent on it. Now, they've gone with the decision that they're not going to go through with it because money should be allocated elsewhere. That's what you call planning ahead. You know, if you're running a council, you're going to face difficult issues. You know that you're not going to have every single penny that you hope to have, right? And you've got to think, £4 million on that Lido, is it good? Is it well spent? We've got other issues, the climbing centre, that never happened. So it's really frustrating because when I look at Redbridge Council, when I look at Redbridge, we've got so much potential in Redbridge,
really
and it's unfulfilled. It's unfulfilled for many reasons. It's unfulfilled because we have a group of councillors that in many cases just don't care. We've got other councillors that are willing to follow party lines from Westminster. It's just not good enough. Like I've seen some of the things going on with Labour, and it really, like, they keep on threatening if the independents take over, oh, you're going to end up like Tower Hamlet. It's like, come on, what world do you live in?
Exactly.
Right? Challenge us on the issues. Don't just start scaremongering. But I suppose that's because all they have.
So they can do.
It's like, in some areas it's vote independent, and then this is what you'll get. Vote in another area, you'll get reform. Vote in this, right? Basically, what I say to people, if you vote Labour, you end up with another rotten Labour council. So don't vote Labour. That's what I would say. That's my response to them. I saw some hilarity. So West Streeting was canvassing in one of the areas, and the local councillor has got Team Streeting, as though he's the saviour. The saviour again, Mr. Streeting, the friend of Peter Mandelson. Yeah. And West Streeting's got a lot of questions to answer regarding Peter Mandelson. Yeah, he thinks giving selected WhatsApp messages is going to clear his name. It's not, okay? The whole world, every newspaper knew that putting Peter Mandelson as the ambassador to the USA was an awful idea. Okay, didn't need to be an expert in politics. You could probably ask a year 7 or a year 8 child. Someone's been sacked 3 times from political office. Do you think it's a good idea that they become the ambassador to the USA?
Exactly.
Ask a year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11 student. They'll all say no. Ask West Streeting. Oh, it's a really good idea. Come on. Like,
it's just common sense, isn't it? Like, they don't have any.
That doesn't apply when it comes to Redbridge Labour. There's a whole load of things that is wrong with Labour locally, nationally. We really do need change. And this Wes is terrified.
He is.
He is scared because he wants to be Prime Minister. Okay, which worries me. Right,
Yeah.
Prime Minister Wes. I suppose can't really get worse than. Well, I don't know. What is worse, Keir Starmer?
I feel like
or Wes
they're
Streeting?
just as bad as each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Streeting or Keir Starmer. I don't know which one is worse. So he wants to become Prime Minister. He knows if Redbridge is no longer Labour, he's going to be a joke when it comes to telling people that he wants to become the leader of the Labour Party. They're going to laugh at him. Well, they are laughing at him, but they're going to laugh at him even more and say,
Exactly.
"You're not capable of doing it. You can't even." So he's working overtime.
Yeah.
Going knocking on all those doors. To be honest, I'd love it if he came and knocked on doors in my area.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love it because I know what the residents would say.
Exactly.
They would tell him because the residents, they know about the money that the money that is being donated from private healthcare companies, from those involved in the pro-Israel lobby. They know where that money's going.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone is unsure, go search the Good Law Project and you will see it, and it is clear. Also, you can look up his expenses. It is well known where money's going. And there's some conflict of interest, but that doesn't seem to apply when it comes to the Labour Party.
Exactly.
Okay, private healthcare companies have made lots of money since West Streeting has become Prime Minister, yet they are big donors. It just doesn't make
add up,
sense.
right?
Yeah. Like I heard if a doctor has a pen, okay, with the name of a pharmaceutical company on it, that is apparently a conflict of interest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. They're not allowed to promote that. Wes Streeting, on the other hand, his office can be funded by private healthcare companies.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
What world do we live in? It's
There's no integrity left.
yeah.
None whatsoever.
The question is, was there integrity in the Labour Party? Was there? I think there was when Jeremy Corbyn was Prime Minister. Sorry, not Prime Minister, sorry, I jumped the gun there. When he was leader of the Labour Party, but what happened was they undermined him. False allegations, smears, attacks. Okay, they made sure, they did everything they could do to make sure that he was not Prime Minister. And it worked.
Yeah.
But I think the world now sees the Labour Party for what they are.
Exactly.
They now see what's going on. And the people of Redbridge came out in Mayfield, and it was amazing. They came out in their numbers and they voted for an independent. They voted for change. And well done, Nur Jahan, on what you've done so far. And I really hope and pray, okay, and I'm confident that we are going to have not just one Nur Jahan, we're going to have a Nur Jahan, we're going to have a Marwan, we're going to have a Bilal, we're going to have a Wasim, okay, we're going to have a Umaira, we're going to have so many. Apologies to those that have not mentioned your names, okay, but we're going to get so many of us in there,
exactly.
and I really hope that we do get a majority, and we will. One thing that we will do is we will work our absolute socks off for the people of Redbridge. If they give us our trust, we will work for them. We're not going to do this game of covering up for our friends like what the Labour Party are doing. We're not going to be answerable to some MPs and try to make out like some of the things that they do, bringing Wes Streeting to the last meeting so that they can all say, oh, Wes, how wonderful he is.
Exactly.
Like, no, we're not there. We are there for the people of Redbridge. We are not there for Wes Streeting. We are not there for private lobby groups. We are there for the people of Redbridge.
Exactly. On the doorsteps, I always say to people, we answer to you.
Yeah.
We don't answer to big parties, we answer to the residents. That's the beauty of it.
And I'll tell you now, if my attendance is like some of those, I expect to be questioned about it. I'm not going to go and hide. Well, number one, okay, I pray that my health remains good and I'm able to attend and there's no issues. But if my attendance is below the required amount, that I'll speak out. I will say, right, sorry guys, but I hope that doesn't happen. My aim, 100%, just like my fellow councillors. We're going to go. We will do our best.
We will. Yeah. May 7th, have you fun?
I can't wait.
Yeah,
honestly, I cannot wait. Basically, it's for the people of Redbridge. Yeah. Okay. I've lived in this area 20 years, and there's a lot of Redbridge that I love. It's got so much potential, but it's not going the right way.
No.
But we've got a chance, and we've got to take it. We've got to take it.
Exactly. Yeah. No amount of scaremongering can stop the truth.
Yeah.
And people coming forward and voting for what they think is important.
Yeah.
And right for them.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today, Marwan. It was a really great conversation. Yeah. I learned a lot. I got a lot off my chest. I'm sure you did too.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
You're welcome, Bilal. Anytime. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Likewise. And best of luck with your canvassing trail.
Thank you. And best of luck to you as well. We need you in the council chamber.
I can't wait to get in there.
Not just delivering a podcast. We need you in the chamber. Okay.
I can't wait to get in there and make a big, important change.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We'll see you next time.